Hi everyone, it's Helen here and thank you very much for joining me for today's video. So today is a very quick tutorial on how to use my brand new die sets. Now these are so much easier now that you can make these from a die. So these are the frame, flip and tuck die sets. Now the tuck part is because I have a secret pocket behind these flip flap frames. So these die sets are going to make your job so much easier. So we have the large photo frame and we have the small photo frame, and you get the two mechanisms in the small one as well. So you can have it in landscape or portrait, and you can go sideways or upwards. So there's so many different choices for that one. And here we have the large, which I'm going to be working with today. I'm also going to be working with the Scandi Dreams paper pack. I love this one so much. Just brings me so much joy to my eyes when I play with this paper pad. It's really cool. Okay, so we have here, just to quickly show you what we're going to be making today, these are the photo frames that flip and flap upwards. So it's basically a pop-up element, and at the back here we have a pocket for you to pop more photographs in. So these are going to be perfect for your mini albums. And we also have the large one. This is a pocket too, and you can have it on the side. We have the tabs here on the side, so you can actually have a pocket going this way instead, and this lifts up just like that as well. So there's loads of space for your photographs, and not just for mini albums, card making as well. So we have one here. This is a lovely birthday card, lots of fun there. This is an A5 card, and the lovely Vicky from Crafty Haven, I keep saying Haven, it's not, it's Heaven, Crafty Heaven. I will leave her channel linked down below. This is her lovely mum there. She's made this lovely birthday card using the Bee collection. Okay, let's jump straight into the tutorial. I want to get straight into it. So we're going to be working with the large one, as I said. Let's tip everything out and get started. Right, so we get 5 dies, so they're really good sizes as well, and you also get this extra mat here to pop in the center there, so that you can cut your photograph straight out of this, so you don't have to kind of guess what size it needs to be. So this is going to be needing a large format die cutting machine, and I'm going to cut everything out, just the two mechanisms here. There we go. And then I'll also be doing extras for the pockets as well, and I'll give you all of the things that I've done once everything is cut out, just so you know what the cutting guide is. Okay, so I've got everything cut out now, and I'm ready to show you what I've done. So I have 2 of these long strips because our frame is going to be in portrait, so we need 2 on the side and 1 on the bottom, and I used these 2 dies here which put all the score lines in for you. And I've done 1 of these with the little arms, that's their mechanism, and I've done 2 frames. So here is the frame, it has the pull there and it will emboss onto the paper or card, and I've got 1 from the patterned paper and 1 from the same pink paper as everything else, and these are my offcuts as well. So I will give you some measurements of these because these are pretty useful for using elsewhere in your albums, and they measure exactly 4 by 6. So let's pop those aside. I'm going to keep them as my main, like, really good scraps. Right, so we're going to start off with this frame here, and we're going to trim off this tab here because we have one already on there. It's up to you whether you want to trim this off, but I do. I like to trim this one off, just like so. Now I do need to say that the small version, let's show you the die set for that one. Here it is, here's the small version. Now the assembly is exactly the same for this one as it is for the large. So I'm going to use some glue. I'm using Cosmic Shimmer today, and I'm just going to glue these frames together. Okay, that is our frame already prepped. If you want to, you can add another card layer underneath here. That will really give it some nice sturdy strength. Right, so moving over to the mechanism now. We have a score line at the top. Fold that over, and then we have these two little arms here, so just bend them forward slightly and then bend them back, and then we're ready to start putting this together. Now it looks complicated, but it's super easy. So we have this long strip down here on this side, and we also have this tab here. So all we have to do is make sure that this tab is on this side, and then it should all work fine. Now if you want to have a practice run, have a little practice run, test it all out with your scraps or just plain cardstock, just to see how it all works, see how you get on. But again, it's super easy. So I've added the glue now to these arms, and glue is probably the best thing for this one, for something fast drying, because you will need to have a little bit of wiggle room to make sure you have everything in the right place. So I've got a gap all the way around here, and I need to have this score line here visible there as well. So once I'm happy with that alignment, I can then press this down, and then I'm going to set this aside to dry completely. And now let's move on to the next step. So I have a manual cut here to make the pocket. It's one way that we could have made this die set really affordable. So this is a very simple measurement, 5 1/8 by 7 1/8, and it's the exact measurement we have for the whole of the frame. That is going to be our pocket. So let's take our strips, and we're going to pop these on here. I just gave myself a paper cut. We'll see what sort of damage that does in a minute. Sometimes they don't bleed, sometimes they do. Okay, so let's get these glued on. It is trying to bleed, but I can just feel it moving about. You know when you can just feel it moving as you're moving about, so it'll be all right. Right, so this is very, very simple. We're going to just pop these on just like that. And again, you can choose the orientation. So if you wanted it this side, you would cut one long one and 2 of the short, but because we're having it this way, it's 2 long and the 1 short. And again, this is exactly the same thing that you can do with the small frame. Now the backing piece for the small frame is exactly the same size as the small frame, so I will give you a measurement in the description box. I will have this measurement written down in the description box, and the small album, sorry, the small frame one as well. Okay, so that is our pocket done. Now this can go straight into your album, or you can even use these in your cards, especially if you're using the small one. It's the perfect gift card holder as well, so it's really nice to have that. Right, so this is our base for our pocket. This is going to be our frame. So we're just going to add glue just to the underside of this long strip. Now that's the only place where I want you to put the glue, otherwise your mechanism is not going to work. And this is super easy to line up as well. So if you want to put this straight onto your page or your card, just pop it down on there, but we're going to pop ours on the pocket. All you have to do is line everything up because it's all the same size. It's super easy. So line all that up, and there we go, everything's all straight. Give that a good pressing, and then we're going to set that aside to dry. It won't take long because it is Cosmic Shimmer. Right, so I'm going to be popping in a photograph for this one. Now this is a 6x4. Now this needs to be slightly smaller than the 6x4, hence why we have this die here. As you can see, I can pop that straight onto my photograph and die cut that out. So this is my daughter on her first birthday. You've probably seen me scrapbook and use all of the photographs from that party before. but I don't think you might have seen this one. This one is a new one that I've printed out. There's a few more here. It's her first birthday. So yeah, we had a lot of fun on that day at Nanny's house. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to pop a bit of glue on there, but if you want to use something photo safe, some like tape runners and things like that, they will say acid free or archival safe if you want to go down that route. And then we're just going to pop that on there. So it's super easy with a tape runner. This is a Tombow one, but there's going to be quite a few manufacturers that do similar things. Again, I think you can buy photo safe glue as well. And pop that on. There we go. That is our photo done. Now this should work now. We lift that up. And again, there's place here for more photographs. Pop another one here and you can pop another one there. You can use this photo mat here, and you can even take some of your photographs and mat sizes from the smaller one as well. Okay, let's get this into the album. So I'm going to be using my large album. I will get questions, so I will show you exactly. This is the large album die set. It is back in stock and you can have it in portrait or landscape, and the binding is included in the whole set, so you can make your whole complete album along with some pockets and a belly band, all from one die set. So I really love that die set. Super glad that it's back. I get to have play. Right, so we're going to be popping this here, and I'm going to pop it down just to the bottom section here because this is a pocket, so I want to tuck some things in there. So let's glue this down. Just going to add glue now just to these tabs. There we go, line it up. Now you can have this frame before you pop it in the pocket. You can have it going downwards or upwards, it's up to you on the orientation. So just hold that down there while that dries, and then this is how it looks on your page. It's beautiful, I love it. And all we need to do now is make some inserts and photos to pop in there. So let me just grab a sample. Okay, so here is a sample here of exactly what we've just made, and now that will slip just in there, and you can add loads of photos, little photos, normal size photos on the front and back. Doesn't have to be one sheet either. You can do a couple or even 3 or 4 that pop in there. There's plenty of room because these albums have the gaps at the top there. So in my next tutorial we're going to be decorating this page, and we'll be using, this is very popular actually, this is the place photo here with Matt's die and A5 stamp set. I love this one. It's got all of the 3x4s, and it's just so much easier to get your albums together with that. It really does add that extra element that makes it look really good. Okay, so everything that I've used today is listed down below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this one, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye for now.